We hate to be the ones to tell you, but have you heard the news, Tom Holland?
Oh my god!
Can you do the intro for us?
Right now.
Oh, really? Please?
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 reasons Spider-Man will suck without the MCU. For this list, we're taking a look at why Sony and Marvel Disney's inability to reach a deal is gonna hurt the Spider-Man franchise.
Give me rent.
You'll get your rent when you fix this damn door!
Although actor Tom Holland is reportedly still under contract for 2 more Spidey movies, these future films would solely be under Sony's control, with no connection to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Number 10. Tom Holland can't play a teenager forever. Optimistically speaking, it's not necessarily too late for Marvel and Sony to reach a compromise. Both companies might just be waiting for the other to cave. If they remain at a standstill for too long, though, Tom Holland may outgrow the part.
Join me and together we'll build my new Lego Death Star.
What?
So lame.
No way, that's awesome.
Peter Parker's character arc has been about the pivotal years when a boy starts becoming a man. We want to see Peter come into his own with at least one more movie that focuses on his high school years. At this rate, Holland could be in his mid-20s by the time production starts on movie number 3.
Oh my god, she's crushing on Spider-Man.
No way. Kinda.
Ugh, gross. He's probably like 30.
Although Holland has maintained his youthful appearance since landing the role at age 19, he is eventually gonna look too old to play a kid from Queens.
Everyone else said I was crazy to recruit a 14-year-old kid.
I'm 15.
No, this is where you zip it!
Number 9. It's going to derail Marvel's plans. Although a third Spider-Man film wasn't listed among their Phase 4 slate, Marvel apparently had big plans for the web-slinger.
The world needs the next Iron Man.
Are you going to step up or not?
In 2016, The Hollywood Reporter confirmed that Holland was under contract to play Spider-Man in 3 solo movies and to make 3 additional MCU appearances. Prior to the release of Far From Home, sources informed We Got This Covered that Marvel had aspirations to make at least 9 Spider-Man films. With only 2 standalone Spidey movies under their utility belt, Marvel has no choice but to scrap the 7 films they reportedly had in mind.
That's awesome.
Since crossovers are a staple of this cinematic universe, Marvel will also have to rethink their game plan if they were hoping to include Spidey in the next Avengers. Number 8. A change of tone is inevitable.
I just did 80% of your job. Huh? That's how you repay me?
You can tell that Homecoming and Far From Home were produced under the supervision of Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige. Both films were integrated into the MCU's DNA, encompassing the trademark action, humor, and heart we've come to expect from the cinematic universe.
Okay, Spider-Man! Don't flip! Yeah!
Not bad!
Director John Watts may return for the 3rd Spider-Man movie, but a change in studios is inclined to cause a shift in tone. With Sony overseeing production, it is possible that they'll want to take Spidey in an entirely new direction.
Enhanced combat mode? Yeah.
Activating instant kill.
No. I don't want to kill anybody.
Even if Sony tries to replicate the MCU's tone, it'll likely feel as if we're watching an impression as opposed to the real deal. Either way, this won't be the Spider-Man we've grown accustomed to these past couple of years.
You gonna be the next Iron Man now?
Well, no, I don't have time. I'm too busy doing your jobs.
What?
I'm kidding. Look, keep up the good work.
Number 7. Spidey's universe just got smaller.
All right, I've run out of patience. On to ruse!
Remember how pumped you got when Spidey swiped Cap's shield in Civil War? Remember how hard you cried when Tony watched Peter disintegrate in Infinity War? Remember how overjoyed you were when Spider-Man returned in Endgame and joined his fellow heroes for the ultimate final battle? Well, we won't be getting any more moments like this because Spidey's MCU days are over.
Hey, where you going? Get back here.
All the relationships we've seen him establish with the Avengers, the Guardians of the Galaxy, and Doctor Strange will never be further explored.
Wait, who are you?
We're the Avengers, man.
Chances are we won't even get to see more of the dynamic between Peter and Happy Hogan, which was a highlight of Far From Home. Going forward, what's Sony gonna do? Just snap all these MCU characters out of existence?
What about Thor?
Off-world.
Captain Marvel? Unavailable.
Number 6. Fans may lose interest without Marvel. When news broke that Spider-Man was getting yet another reboot, a lot of people rolled their eyes in skepticism. Between Civil War and Homecoming, however, Marvel Studios proved that the wall crawler was in good hands this time around.
Hey, could you hold this for a second? Thanks.
We were all especially eager to see what Marvel had in store for Spidey after that mind-blowing twist ending in Far From Home. So you can imagine how enraged fans were when it was announced that Sony and Marvel were parting ways over the almighty dollar.
911, what's your emergency?
Spider-Man is fighting the Avengers in a bank on 21st Street.
Now that Marvel is out of the equation, we wouldn't be surprised if many fans gave up on the franchise entirely or even boycotted Sony. If enough people rage quit, Sony can forget about making $1 billion with the next Spider-Man sequel.
I'm really sorry.
What? Number 5, it's just encouraging Disney to buy Sony. People are split over Disney's 2019 acquisition of 21st Century Fox. While Marvel fans are excited to see the X-Men and Fantastic Four join the MCU,
gotta say, it's fantastic.
there is a widespread fear that the House of Mouse may be growing too big for its own good. And honestly, we wouldn't be surprised if Disney decided to buy Sony just to gain control of Spider-Man.
I'm starting to think you're not the Avengers!
Granted, this is a big if, as there have been no reports of Disney making Sony an offer, but considering Disney bought Fox for $71.3 billion, we bet they could afford Sony, which, after Q1 of 2019, reported revenue of $78.14 billion for the previous year. For anyone who already thinks Disney has too much control over the industry, they'd be more powerful than Thanos with Sony under their thumb.
And don't you ever interfere with my business again, because if you do, I'll kill you and everybody you love.
Number 4, Sony's track record is hit or miss.
What would I do if I were me?
To be fair, Sony can make a good Spider-Man movie without Marvel. The superhero genre would not be what it is today without Sam Raimi's first 2 Spider-Man movies.
Impressive!
Into the Spider-Verse won an Academy Award for Best Animated Feature, with some citing it as the best Spider-Man movie ever.
And it's a no on the cape.
I think it's cool.
Take that off, it's disrespectful. Spider-Man doesn't wear a cape.
Nevertheless, Sony also dropped the ball with Spider-Man 3, which packed in way too many villains and killed the franchise with one dance sequence. They debatably got Spidey back on track with The Amazing Spider-Man, but then repeated several past mistakes with its sequel.
Oh boy.
Spider-Man movies are usually at their best when Sony takes a step back and lets the filmmakers do their job.
It's yours. Whatever you choose to do with it, you'll be great.
Has Sony learned their lesson, or will old habits die hard?
All right, people, let's do this one last time.
Number 3, we don't need a Spidey Venom crossover that badly.
Eddie, the suit. You gotta take it off.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Despite getting mostly negative reviews, Venom grossed over $800 million worldwide, with audiences generally feeling that the critics were too harsh.
What the hell are you?
I am Venom, and you are mine.
We bet the success of Venom gave Sony confidence to cut ties with Marvel Studios and bring Spider-Man into their cinematic universe. Producer Amy Pascal has already expressed desire for a Spider-Man Venom crossover, although Kevin Feige has come off as less enthusiastic.
Hey, can you turn your music down, please? Because I'm having a really hard time.
Whatever. Yeah, sure, man.
We honestly wouldn't mind seeing Tom Holland share the screen with Venom, Morbius, Carnage, and the other 900 Marvel characters under Sony's umbrella. However, if that means Spider-Man needs to leave the MCU behind, it is not worth it.
I'm sorry, Tony.
Considering Sony's Marvel Universe has only produced one film so far, we're much more interested in a Spidey team-up with Valkyrie or Captain Marvel.
Hi, I'm Peter Parker.
Hey, Peter Parker. You got something for me?
Number 2, Spidey belongs in the MCU.
You're the Spiderling, crime-fighting spider. You're Spider-Boy?
Spider-Man.
The late Stan Lee once said that Spider-Man has, quote, become our Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, we were friends, you know.
And for many of us, Spider-Man was our introduction to the Marvel brand.
The Amazing Spider-Man!
My
My name's the Human Spider.
I don't care, get out there.
No, he got my name wrong.
Once the MCU launched in 2008, the idea of a Marvel universe with no Peter Parker seemed unthinkable. When Spider-Man made his MCU debut in Phase 3, it was as if the webhead had finally come home. Hence why his first solo movie was subtitled Homecoming. Now that Spider-Man has been introduced to the MCU, the universe will never be the same without him.
I'm just a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Bitch, please, you've been to space.
By allowing Spidey to be evicted from his home, Sony and Marvel are not only doing a disservice to the character, they are jeopardizing the fate of the whole MCU, which needs Spider-Man to grow and prosper.
Oh. I'm good.
Not quite at the end yet. Almost there though. Just be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Alright, back to business. Number 1. Tony Who. There's really no point in continuing this incarnation of Spider-Man if future movies can't acknowledge Tony Stark.
That's not a hug, I'm just grabbing the door for you. We're not there yet.
Tony essentially took on the role of Uncle Ben, serving as Peter's mentor and father figure. Happy even tells Peter in Far From Home that Tony likely wouldn't have sacrificed himself if he hadn't known that Spider-Man would be there to save the day.
I don't think Tony would have done what he did if he didn't know that you were going to be here after he was gone.
Well, Spider-Man can't protect the MCU anymore, cheapening his relationship with Tony as well as the other MCU characters he connected with.
I'm Peter, by the way.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, you're using your made-up names. I'm Spider-Man then.
Ignoring Tony means ignoring everything Spider-Man's story arc has been building towards. Plus, no Tony Stark means that Peter can kiss Edith and his Iron Spider armor goodbye.
Oh my God.
Get it together, Marvel and Sony! Spider-Man is bigger than your petty financial feud.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go, sir. Please. Please, I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.